Hello everyone, Cap here, and welcome back to some more Mechabellum. With the new Wraith unit release, I was playing a lot as well, and I tried to get into games where I could actually play the Wraith. Thing is though, the Wraith only is really applicable if you are either playing aggressive yourself or if your opponent is playing aggressive. Because in a standard versus standard matchup where both of your armies are deployed near your towers, it's basically a range war, and the Wraith is not that good in that scenario. So I eventually got tired of waiting for someone else to play aggression so that I could defend, and that made me play aggressive myself. But as you probably know, I'm not an aggressive player, so I have very little experience with that, but I tried it anyways, and I was able to squeeze in the new Wraith as well. So yeah, let me show you. After my own game here, by the way, I also have another replay for you guys from one of my viewers who used the Wraith to defend an aggro push. So that's the other side of the coin basically, and yeah, we will get to that after the first match here. I'm starting as a speed specialist with Crawler and Phoenix, and my opponent is area specialist with Fangs and Stormcallers. So first of all, speed specialist, pretty good for playing aggro, and maybe especially for playing Wraith aggro as well, because the Wraith kind of not that fast, and because of the low range and everything, it really needs the speed to get in. And I was thinking, maybe this is kind of perfect, playing speed specialist. So let's try some aggro, I guess. That being said, I'm figuring out here how even to properly position everything, because I literally have like less than 10 games total probably in experience playing aggro like this. So yeah, trying to go with this positioning for now. I'm actually not defending my left tower at all at the moment. I will add something next turn probably. But for now I just want to get in on one side and actually really pressure, especially the Stormcallers. So fast units and speed specialist, kind of good. Problem, Stormcallers even with tower debuff because of the bug still deal full damage when they die. So they were able to take down one of my Arclights there. That being said though, I still have 4 Phoenixes and there are not that many Fangs, so they should be able to finish this. And yep, so far so good. Picking up Nano Repair Kit because I'm in full aggro mode, and I'm thinking, hey, this board is kind of weak to rhinos. The Fangs are a little bit annoying, but overall it's somewhat weak to rhinos. And just having a rhino rush in there and tank a lot of damage, especially with Nano Repair Kit, could be very good here. And yeah, it just fits the aggro theme as well. However, my opponent did pick up Underground Threat, and my towers are not covered, so my towers will fall here to those crawlers, I'm pretty sure. Also on the left, I did put crawlers right in front of the tower, because I didn't want my tower to get sniped by forward Stormcallers by my opponent. So you kind of need to make sure, especially if your opponent already has Stormcallers unlocked, you kind of need to make sure that both towers are covered from forward Stormcaller snipes. So if you don't know, my opponent could have put one Stormcaller at the front line there towards my left tower, and they would immediately shoot at the beginning of the round and kill the tower and give me tower debuff. If I didn't have anything in front of the tower, but now I do with the crawlers. So yeah, let's see if the Rhino can do the job still though, because of Nano Repair Kit. It will last quite a while. However, tower debuffs will come in here in a bit from the crawlers. And double tower debuff, that's quite a long time. I'm not fully sure anymore. Is it like 6 seconds or 8 seconds tower debuff per tower? So basically 2 times that amount. It's quite a while. Rhino doing quite fine though. Still very high on health. Early nano repair kit on a Rhino is so good. However, now the Stormcallers are shooting and they are hitting because the Rhino is standing still. Stuck on all of these crawlers. It was actually still pretty close considering that I lost both towers kind of quickly. Round 3 supply specialist is still good, yeah. Picking up a supply specialist here. And I'm picking up another Rhino and I'm putting it on the far left side because that side seems to be quite open. And I'm also using a mobile beacon here to move in the Rhino from the left and basically rush the Stormcallers and then take the tower, hopefully. And I would assume that my opponent will not reinforce that side at the moment, because I'm fully pressuring on the right. So I'm somewhat confident that my Rhino there on the left could actually work. I'm doing a lot of thinking here, by the way, because yeah, I don't play this usually, so I'm very confused as to what I should do or what I should be doing. I'm adding some Mustangs here behind the Rhino because there are Fangs and quite a lot of Fangs, and I really need to take those down somewhat quickly so my Rhino can then get in and take down the Arclights and Stormcallers. My opponent did add a Wraith here, by the way, and I got flanked once again by some Phoenixes in the right flank. Did not notice. On the left though, my Rhino is coming into the tower, still tower debuff, but getting the tower debuff now. And yeah, my Mustangs and Phoenixes were good enough to take down the Wraith as well. However, my Phoenix is now stuck on some Fangs and my opponent's flank Phoenixes can finish this here. So my opponent doing well in attacking my flanks because I'm positioned forward. It makes sense. And I need to work on covering them now. Don't want to be vulnerable for the entire game. I skipped here. Just some extra credits and thinking about unlocking Fangs, mainly for defensive purposes for the flanks against Phoenixes. But I'm actually not sure if I even should do it. And yeah, I just get 2 more packs of Mustangs instead. They basically do the same job as Fangs, but they also, because they are fast, they can still get into the battle and actually help my main army. Also getting range on the Mustangs. Once again, I really want to take care of the Fangs, because the Fangs can really slow me down otherwise, if it wasn't for my Mustangs. And yeah, also I want my Phoenixes to now shoot the Flying Saucer there as well. Also mobile beaconing in here, trying to get through the gap there in between the Fangs, right towards the Stormcallers and then to the tower. Let's see if that's going to work. My opponent added another Wraith, and they do have the beam now, so they will slow and my units will take more damage and deal less damage when they are in that area. That aura, kind of. Also, my opponent did add 1 more pack of Fangs right where I wanted to mobile beacon in, so that's very annoying. Wraith's going down though, and Mustang's really helping here. Take down all those Fangs. And yeah, my Phoenixes can deal a ton of damage. Took down the Wraiths pretty quickly as well. and all the other bigger units. So it's kind of a good combo here. Have some tanking with the Rhino, then have some clear with the Mustangs, and the Phoenixes just have good damage. That being said, does not seem to be enough here. So, not really a situation you want to be in, playing aggro and not really winning any rounds. That's not good. You usually want to start winning from the beginning pretty much, and then also get a ton of XP by killing all your opponent's units all the time and all that stuff. Leveling the Rhino, picked up haste module for one of the Mustang packs. Just a Mustang item. Selling the Rhino on the left because it's not doing anything anymore. The flank Phoenixes, by the way, were jump drived to the left there. They were defending against my Rhino. And now I also got the splash upgrade for the Mustangs. Once again, just want to make sure I get through those fangs as quickly as possible. With those out of the way, at least my 2 Phoenixes there will do the, or can do the rest. 2 level 2 Phoenixes should be able to shoot down basically everything else. I'm adding some flank crawlers on both sides, by the way, to pull away and delay my opponent's armies. Also, trying another mobile beacon here. Trying to attack the right tower by kind of bypassing a lot of this stuff with some of my Mustangs and 1 pack of Phoenixes. Let's see if that's going to work. Pulling away the right Wraith there, by the way, so my Rhino is actually not in the debuff aura there, or wasn't for quite some time. That actually did a lot. And yeah, I'm actually getting in here now. With the army kind of pulled apart, like 1/3 of the army was distracted by the flank for quite a bit. And also left side did not push through and didn't get my tower or anything, because also over there I did flank and distract for a bit. And yeah, finally 1 good round on my back here. Photon could be very good for an aggressive push like this. Kind of also like laser sight, but yeah, Photon is better, I think, for pushing in here. So Photon can basically go on near all of my units and should help me quite a bit. Making sure to upgrade and level all my units here, Phoenixes and Mustangs. Both very important. Also that level 2 Rhino, by the way, with Nano Repair Kit still is doing quite a bit. And still tank for a good amount of time. And now, especially with Photon, even better. And I'm adding 2 more level 2 Rhinos, because it looks to me like my opponent does still not have the best damage for the Rhinos. And like I just said, the Nano Repair Kit Rhino already lasting for quite some time, so maybe just double down on some more Rhinos. And once again, doing the mobile beacon there on the left, trying to get towards the tower. Putting down the sentry, by the way, for the underground threat, because my middle still isn't covered. I did not notice until the end of the round. And my opponent did pick up the nuke. And added another Wraith as well on the right side, I think. Rhinos too fast though. They were walking out of the nuke and are actually taking the tower here. However, the nuke did get basically everything else, I think, on the right side. Everything but my Rhinos. I still have a couple of Mustangs left on the left though. Though they are in the fire. There's fire now. I think my opponent did pick up Incendiary on the Stormcallers to deal with my Mustangs. And I'm not sure if my couple of Mustangs are enough damage here, especially with Splash. So Splash is actually basically a downgrade against all air units except Wasps. So they deal less damage, and yeah, it's not enough here. But considering that my opponent did use a nuke, that's a big investment. And I didn't lose that hard, so I'm kind of fine with the last round here. And yeah, there is fire now on the Stormcallers, by the way. Considering Storm on the right would be pretty juicy, but I'm actually still skipping. Not sure if that was the right call in hindsight, because there are 3 Wraiths and a pack of Phoenixes as well, so even if my opponent would bubble, those 4 units would still be exposed, because flying units do not get covered by barriers. So probably should have just picked up the Storm there. However, I'm going for a Wraith. Yay! Testing out the new unit. And I'm also getting the debuff field here. So just for debuff, yeah, just for the debuff. So less damage from my opponent's units when they get in, as well as they take more damage, so I can clean them up more quickly. So also in an aggressive scenario, the Wraiths can be quite good, I think. And that's kind of what I wanted to test here. I still think they really shine in defense against aggro for the most part, but they are definitely also not terrible in aggro. Also, I did pick up Photon, by the way, on my Rhinos. So 3 Rhinos now with quite a bit of HP. Or they will take quite a few hits to die. Also, my opponent did pick up Storm here. So that Storm is basically killing everything but my Rhinos once more. My opponent really taking advantage of those actives. I'm still getting almost in though. And also I'm quite fond of my Wraith there. Not dying until the very end. So the positioning was kind of good, I guess. But yeah, I'm very low. I almost died there, actually. I did not think that I could take that much damage in a turn. I would have been very surprised if I died there and very mad. But it's okay. My opponent invested in a nuke and in this Storm over the last 2 turns. And I'm not dead yet. So I might still have this, is what I'm thinking. However, I cannot make any mistakes anymore. Like every mess up here could be the end of me. And I'm adding an Overlord. At this point, I just want more damage for the flying saucers. But also I'm picking up Photon, so everything will last quite a while longer. It will buff my entire army, basically. And yeah, because I don't want to get screwed by tower debuff, that would be a big screw up. If I would get a tower debuff kind of early or something. So I'm upgrading both towers at least once, so they don't get easily cheesed somehow. Because, yeah, one single screw up like that could cost me the game at this point. Also, once again on the left, or middle left there, I'm using Mobile Beacon now to move my army towards the tower once more. And yeah, everything moving in and not dying really, because of the photon, especially, I think. So double photon on Rhino. I'm still not sure if it stacks or not. I keep getting conflicting information. So the photon coating from the Rhino as well as photon emission from Overlord, if that stacks. But if I would have to say something, I would say it does stack, because that's what I heard more, I think, and by a lot of high-level players. But yeah, looking good now. Dealing quite a lot of damage, so maybe one more round. This could be the last round. Picking up senior attack. Getting, yeah, because this is so late, I'm just checking a credit and getting the temporary buffs now. Also, I should have gotten the temporary buff, at least the speed buff, already multiple times, I think. Once again, I'm not an aggro player, so I kind of didn't think about that. But speed is very important when you push aggressively towards your opponent's towers, like this. So I should have gotten speed basically every turn. Also, by the way, my opponent has triple tagged wraiths. So range, the debuff field, as well as 8 cannons, or 8 whatever they are, drones. So they are quite juiced up now. Putting down some... spacing is also so awkward, because I never play this and I don't leave space for anything anywhere properly. I put down some missile interceptor turrets for the stormcallers, so there's less fire on the ground, or ideally no fire. So my Mustangs can do God's work here. And just adding another Rhino. And I'm mobile beaconing towards the left tower there, because I just noticed that is quite open over there. There's only one arc light in the way, and that will die super quickly, and then I should be able to get the tower, maybe. And yeah, let's see if that's going to work. My opponent put down oil to slow me down. And yeah, the left side is open, so my mobile beacon might work here by the looks of it. And yep, Rhino coming in, taking the tower. So quick tower debuff. And everything else just moving in and complete destruction at this point. And yep, that should be it. GG's. So, wasn't the cleanest game, or the most clean game. But I did play aggro. I guess it's fun every now and then, because I never play it. It's something different, that's for sure. But also kind of allowed me to add at least 2 wraiths there for the debuff to kind of help out with the push, so everything dies faster. Alright, so much for this match. Let's now get into another one, a viewer replay where the new Wraith unit was used to defend aggro. So kind of like my opponent just did there, but in this case it is successful. So blue is Rhino Specialist with Fangs and Steel Bolts, and red is Speed Specialist with Crawlers and Steel Bolts, and is going aggressive on the line here. So red seems to be the aggressor in this game. Also spread out across the entire board here. Oh, okay, hold up. Never mind. Both players are aggressive. So it's basically aggro versus aggro. Better start here, I'd say, for red though, with the crawlers instead of fangs. However, arclights getting added by blue, and arclights definitely do help a lot against these crawlers. So yeah, maybe in this match we can learn how to properly play aggro, we will see. Arclights helping a lot with these crawlers. Right side is falling now though, and tower debuff will come in. And the tower debuff might decide this round for red here. Though, steel bolts, even with tower debuff, not terrible, because the beam just did so much damage over time. They can still take down other steel balls, for example. Now tower debuff for blue against red. Kind of a close round, but it looks to be better for red here. Still 4 steel balls alive. And this one arc light not going to be enough. Alright. Better start for red here so far. Also level on the steel ball there, potentially. And subsidized steel ball shows up. So more steel balls can get spammed here. Actually subsidized arc light for blue, interesting. So yeah, red picked subsidized steel balls, blue picked subsidized arc lights. And there are crawlers in this flank here. This piece of metal is so annoying. It covers the flank for like a good part of it. It's kind of hard to see if you're getting flanked here. Oh yeah, level 2 steel balls here now for red. Not the best chaff clear though, just the crawlers so far. However, taking both towers, and this looks once again like it's going to be the round here for red. Field device specialist for blue. Interesting. I would never pick it up in this scenario against steel balls. Because I never want to build barriers against steel balls. Could still be good. We will see. However, red is spamming steel balls and blue now is getting 2 wraiths. Also, red does not have anti-air. So the wraiths here are actually going to win by default. Very good choice by blue here. Red kind of missed that the wraith was introduced, I guess. I mean, even like phoenixes or something would still do the job, though it's quite a lot and phoenixes would take forever to get through this. Wraiths definitely a lot better at taking down multiple units like this. And also they did get the degenerate or degenerate. They are both viable pronunciations of this word. Beam. So the steel balls and everything are getting slowed. They deal less damage, but they also take more damage. So yeah, this debuff is really good. Also it costs only 200. I think going forward this will be the main tech for this unit. Like either way, if you're going aggressive or if you are defending, this is basically the one tech that you always want to pick up, I feel like. I think it's always, pretty much always good. So in scenarios where the Wraith is good, that tech should also be good. That's what I meant to say. Not every game is a game where Wraith is viable, of course. Both players did pick up the haste module, and yeah, here we go. Now red is responding with some Mustangs, because anti-air is needed. A Rhino, the Rhino level 2 Rhino coming down here by blue from Rhino Specialist, because it's round 4, and it's going in the flank here. Could take the tower, it's unprotected. Once again, similar to what I was doing, just going aggressive and leaving the backside open until it gets flanked, and here is the flank. Another Wraith here for blue, and it's really good coverage now. Right side as well as left side, just the middle has some open space where no debuff gets applied. Tower debuff coming in just in time. This was almost about to die. This Wraith might still die, it's so close. Actually not dying, wow. And yeah, all the Mustangs are going down. Wraiths still doing the job here. 2 packs of Mustangs, not good enough. Wow, Rhino also, this is so unlucky. Rhino did also not die, just barely. Unlucky for red. Taking quite a bit of damage here as well. Laser sight. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. These deal 300 damage, right? These wraiths. Also last game when I took so much damage, it was because a lot of wraiths were still alive. And they just deal quite a lot of damage. Somehow more than I was instinctively thinking of. So it is 300, of course. Red now trying to cover the flank. But Rhino was sold. Added more Mustangs as well, and the Mustangs do have the area specialization. However, Mustangs are very risky as answers to air units like the Wraith, because there is armor enhancement on it and it was tagged this round. So these Mustangs will not be able to take down these Wraiths. They just block all the damage here. And yeah, just the Wraiths are not going to die. No matter what else happens, these 3 Wraiths are going to stay alive, I'm pretty sure. So just relying on Mustangs as anti-air can be very iffy for this very reason, because of armor enhancement. So against Wraiths and Overlords, that is. Mustangs against Wasps or against Phoenixes are very good, of course. And how much damage is this? That is quite a lot of damage, but not enough yet. Red is very low though. Does need proper anti-air now. And this is basically wasted here now. The Mustangs with the air specialization, they are completely useless. That is basically wasted credits here. And red is getting melting points. Okay, that is an answer to these wraiths. The melting points can definitely take those down. Might almost be an overcommitment. I personally would have just added... Well, at this point you might actually have to. But as a general answer to wraiths, probably just start adding phoenixes as soon as you see wraiths. Charge shot on the arc lights and levels everywhere on arc lights. Wraith also getting leveled. So yeah, let's see if these melting points are good enough. They really have to log on to the wraiths. Otherwise, this is kind of GG. Blue here pressuring or pressing the advantage though, putting down sentries to take down these crawlers real quick, also hitting some of the steel bolts because of the positioning. Left melting point is getting pressured and is actually getting taken down before it can even lock onto a wraith here. Right side though looking better, finally locked onto one of the wraiths. Left side did come through, took the tower. Is this melting point going to be enough? It does not look like it, not with the tower debuff. Still took forever to take down that one wraith and is just getting pressured by all the other units. And yep, this is GG's. So yeah, Wraith kind of good at stalling pushes like this and also just Also that these units take more damage, it's so good in my opinion. Especially when obviously your opponent has a lot of units that are clumped up, a lot of units are getting affected, and basically all your damage is amplified against basically all of your opponent's units. So this degenerate beam is very good in my opinion, in some scenarios of course. As long as they actually can stay alive for a good amount of time and get into range of a lot of your opponent's units, like in this case. The main thing though that we probably can learn from this game, you might not want to add Mustangs when you see Wraiths as your anti-air solution. Especially just make sure to check the tags on your opponent's Wraiths. If they have armor enhancement, don't even go Mustangs. I know Steel Ball and Mustang, very good and everything, but an answer to the Wraiths was needed, so just going for Phoenixes right away or something would have been probably a lot better here. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Take care, bye!